Today I am learning about throwing and catching so that I can work on overhand and underhand throwing. I'll know I've got it when I can use all the correct mechanics when throwing.
All right, guys, ready for your first activity with throwing and catching, okay? This is gonna be a little different because not everybody has the same equipment. For those of you at home, I'm gonna show you a few things that you can use, okay? If you do happen to have some type of ball, that might be useful, okay? However, I do need to have some safety precautions in here. If you were doing it inside, you need to talk to mom or dad on an appropriate place to be throwing and kind of catching the ball. I don't want things getting knocked over or knocked off the wall, so you need to talk to mom and dad to see where you need to be. If you can go outside and do it and that's okay, great. Don't go out in the rain or at night or anything like that. Be smart, but you need to find an appropriate place to do this. If you cannot, then we can have an alternate activity for you. But if you do happen to have a ball, I have a couple I'm gonna show you. One I have, just a simple tennis ball. That was the one I showed you in the video, okay? Tennis ball's soft and a little firm at the same time. It is bouncy, that is the idea. So bouncy does help in some situations, okay? Another type of ball I have, this is called like a wiffle ball. It's full of holes. It doesn't go very fast. Well, it can go faster than you think, but it doesn't go super far and hard because it's light. It bounces a little bit too, okay? This can leave marks on the wall and so forth, so you need to be careful. Another one, this is just kind of like a Nerf, kind of squishy Nerf ball as I call it. These are kind of bouncy. Some are bouncy and some aren't very bouncy. It just depends on what kind you have. This one's one of the more denser ones, so it's a little bouncier. Okay. For some of the other stuff, if you happen to have a scarf or like a bandana, more so a small scarf, not like a long scarf that you wear in the winter, that probably won't work, but like a bandana kind of thing, a scarf, we're going to be using this to catch. Okay. The other thing, if you don't have a scarf, guess what? If you have a grocery bag, this works out just perfect, okay, to have, and this is your scarf that you can pretend to use, okay? Works just the same, just as good, okay? Another thing, if you don't happen to have any ball in the house at all, and that's okay, because sometimes I don't or I can't find them, take a pair of socks. Make sure you ball them up into a ball, and you have a nice, soft, squishy Nerf ball that you can use. Okay, so you can pick whichever you want, up to you. If you have a mixture of them, you can use a mixture of them, that's on you, okay? All right. Okay, now for our overhand throwing, I'm going to switch to my sock ball because I'm going to be throwing probably a little harder because it's overhand. And I don't want to damage anything if I'm throwing against a wall. Obviously I have a brick wall, I don't have to worry about it, but if you're throwing anywhere else, you need to be very careful on what you're doing, okay? Overhand throw, all the same components are gonna matter, okay? So remember, it's side to target, hand by ear, okay? That means parallel, elbow up, okay? Body like a T, step with the opposite foot, rotate trunk, and follow through, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to do it this way so you can see the wall and see my mechanics a little better. I'm going to have my shoulders to the wall because this is my target, okay? This is where I will be throwing. So I'm going to be here, shoulder to target. This is the hand that I write with. This is the hand that I'm going to throw with, okay? I want to throw with all the correct mechanics as I can, okay? So I want you to have the hand by ear, body like a T, step with the opposite foot, rotate trunk, and follow through. Now the cool thing about the sock, it's not going to bounce away from me too far. It'll kind of fall at my feet and I can quickly pick it up. Now, those of you that have the ability to throw against something that's solid where you don't have anything to worry about that you're going to break, I encourage you to kind of throw a little harder, a little firmer, because you'll be surprised how it helps your mechanics out a little bit better. When we're really trying to throw super, super slow, and do it here, we got to be really precise, and that makes it a little bit difficult for some of us that are still learning. So I do recommend for some of you that have that capability to try it, but if you're inside throwing against something questionable, I think you need to rethink it. So you can hear, boom, and it shouldn't bounce very hard, okay, off, because it is just a sock. But we were working on all our throwing mechanics, hand by ear, step with the body like a T, step with the opposite foot, rotate trunk, and follow through, okay?